In episode 25, when we had Chris Miller on, former Secretary of Defense, we also had No One Left Behind, and you referenced No One Left Behind. And we were fortunate in that conversation to have on one of their partners, Sonia Naruz. And Sonia's family was actually stuck in Kabul, unable to get out. And she spoke to us, from the heart, right, about having to have those daily conversations at that point in time with her family who was stuck there. What do we do now for the people who are still there?
And this is a really hard question, and I think it's unfortunate that, many private citizens that care about what to do and what in this situation have been put in this unfortunate place of ultimately having to choose who are able to help, because there's just too much need and not enough time or resources to help, right? So the way SOAA is currently involved in the situation is we're working in conjunction. We have our task force, and we work in conjunction with another organization, Task Force Argo, and we are currently chartering planes out of Afghanistan. We are working in conjunction with the State Department as well as DoD. We're doing everything by the numbers, but we are actively hiring planes, and we're submitting manifests, and we're getting people out. And we've done this a few times over the last couple weeks, and in addition to the 1,400 we got out of HKIA, I'd probably say we've gotten out another 2,200 to 3,000 folks. All of which who we have, processed through the State Department, and it's been very successful. And then there are the people who are on the ground who are fearful for their lives, right? So we have an actively engaged network of safe houses that we have found a way of funding. Without, through all the proper channels, right? And we're actively housing and feeding people who are fearful of their lives in the hope that we can get them out. But you have to understand, the process is not swift. It takes time. And often, like we're finding now, there's some legislative hurdles that need to be overcome, and that's going to be an enduring effort. That's not something that's just going to change overnight, right? We imagine, at least at our association, we imagine that this is going to be an enduring effort, that it goes well into next year, in order to properly change some of the policy and legislation that needs to be changed in order to help those who served us alongside shoulder to shoulder over the last 20 years.
I would argue that if there was some sort of finality to this whole thing next year, that would be the biggest win that we could imagine out of this. I think this is a 3-5 year problem, at least. And then I think you're looking at, the Afghan situation being decades long.